Alright guys, back to Smiles Outdoors. So right now I'm going to show y'all, it's supposed to be a woolly booger, but I don't have dark colors to do a woolly booger. So I'm just going to do a simple hackle fly. And it's still very effective. Single barb hook. I used to, before I got this vise, I used to do it by hand. Like, hold everything together and still do it and still make a quality fly. And it still amazes me to this day that I can still do that without, I hadn't done it all these years, and I pick it up and it's like riding a bicycle for me. But good thing about this is actually a cheap hobby. I mean, I've had this stuff since middle school. And the box that the phone's leaned up against, I've had it like since elementary. So I've had this stuff all these years, and it's really held up. All the hair. I mean, I opened it up for the first time like 2 years ago. I opened it up, and that, boy, did it have a smell to it. But this is an easy fly. Anyone can do it. And on these flies, you can trailer hook them. And this is actually really easy. So you get a piece of braid. Let's say, for instance, this one. You get a piece of braid. You got your trailering treble hook already. The treble hooks can go back and forth, or however it's, the functionality of that lure is doing. Let's say you want to spice it up a little bit. I've always had better luck catching more fish with someone else. And it's weird for me to say that, but it is. When you're throwing pretty much at the same target, it looks like a school of fish or a couple of crawfish crawling through. Like, it's awesome to fish with someone. And since I can't always have someone to go fishing with me, this helps out a lot. You can tie it onto the trailering eye, and you can run your piece of braided off to your lure. I'll show y'all what I mean here. Right, I just organized it. Crankbait box. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's say for instance, I want to put it on this crawfish crankbait. Matter of fact, that wouldn't even be a good example. Okay, perfect example. Because this is so light, I mean, you can pretty much do it. I don't even know how that's knotted around, but anyways, so let's say we got this lure right here, not catching no fish. So right here at this eye, at the tip of my finger, what the circle, whatever they're called, hangs on right there. You want to run it off the back of the tip. You want to run it to your fly. I mean, you do a good amount. I mean, it's going to be drag, so that means your lure is going to be working extra hard. And this is going to be following it the whole way. So it looks like you got two fish running together. And you slide that in front of the bass. A bass, he likes variety. He likes a good challenge, a good chase. So that's one of the prime examples what you can do with flies. This is not just for fly fishermen. You can also do it with, the trout flies through a rooster tail. You can, matter of fact, run 2 rooster tails on one line. Now, I ain't never done it, but I know you can do it, though. But this really helps optimize, you know, little things, the little stuff that I look at. So, me getting started, I gotta pull a bunch of these feathers out, just in general. I'm looking for a piece that really catches my attention, that's real flaky. And what I mean by flaky is, I will show you this here in a minute. Okay. Now I'm going to mix orange with this purple. Just to have a good looking lure. I'm just doing this pretty much for show. You can pretty much look up how I'm showing you how I'm doing this. Is you can look up on you know, YouTube or Google or something like that, and you can find the same flies. There it goes. The same flies. And you can pretty much put them together. I'll cut the top off that. So what I got here is I got 2 orange and a purple. This really won't resemble anything if we're being honest here. But what I mean flaky is flaky. So, we'll go back, we'll move my string up to the front. I want to keep these feathers somewhat even whenever I do this. I do not want to go over the eye whenever I slide any fly you do not want to slide over the eye of the hook. So, you throw a couple loose ends and go ahead and pull it tight and figure out the rest of the loose ends. So, with that being said, your feathers are in the back, but your strings are in the front. Now we have 2 feathers. I'm just going to continue on. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it. And this is where the flakiness comes in. I'm just going to keep wrapping. Make it look furry. Make it look pretty nice. This can resemble, I guess you can say, a mosquito or something like that. What's that? Oh, okay. Checking the battery again. So, let's go ahead and wrap it, and I'm going to go through it. And I'm going to go to the back of the lure, and then I'm going to cinch it down. This is just a good old looking wet fly. Or a dry fly. Also a woolly booger. I mean, you can put a tail on it. If you put a tail on it, it makes it more realistic. I'm just, you know, goofing around, I guess you can say. But let's say I guess I'm gonna put a tail on it. Talk myself out of it, but I'm just gonna put a little tail on it. Also, I'd like to clip this without catching all those fibers. Kind of straighten it out, get all the bumps and grooves out of it. Sometimes you pick it up with your string or your thread, and that's fine. That's how that goes. I guess I can call it Halloween. That's the name of the lure, Halloween. So, how thick I want to do this, I'm going to do it at this splice and the feather. You don't want to go all the way down the feather. Couple of reasons is because it's so thick, it uses a lot of string. As well as you don't want to make it look crappy. I mean, just stiff points is not good for these. It's supposed to be wild. It's supposed to look, creative. So now I'm gonna go ahead and tie it off, and I'll show y'all what I just did. I was always taught you're supposed to tie in the front, but I actually did this backwards. You're supposed to do the tail first, but I don't know, I guess I'm just good at it, I guess. Just kind of make it look nice. Okay, let's do one more whip finish. Make sure I don't get none of them hairs in there. The feather, whatever. There's a lot of ways you can do these. You can look on other fly tires and you can see they're doing about the same technique. They might not whip finish, but I know I do. Bam, just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and but that's it. That's it right there. There's your fly. It's good for a lot of things. Bass love them. I know they do for a fact. Because whenever I was fly tying, like actually getting down and doing it, I produce a lot of bites from bass from this. I couldn't even tell you why. It just, I guess the way it moves through the water. But the orange and purple, I think, will always be the best set of colors for flies. Black and red is good too. But the orange and purple just really produce more of a bite in my eyes. But that's all. I might show y'all an easier way to tie a fish egg. I mean, honestly, and it's pretty simple method, and we'll get into that on next video. Alright guys, 5 more cast.